Hey guys, it's Sam, and in this video I'm going to be drawing Freckle Man, and I did not name him. He was named by my friend Crazy Comic Lady, who is actually an awesome artist, and I'll put her Instagram in the description. Definitely go check her out. And I streamed this over on Twitch, which if you don't follow me on Twitch, what are you doing? You need to go follow me. I'll have a link to that in the description down below as well. And for this drawing, I was sort of thinking about doing something similar to a piece I did a little bit ago, and just kind of this relaxed, not really too much detail sort of thing, keeping it pretty simple, and the chance to do just a sort of made-up character, so not like an OC or some fan art, just something sort of random, because I used to do that a lot when I was in middle school. I would just draw random people and they weren't anything in specific, and I kind of miss doing that, so I wanted to try and do that in this piece here. To talk a little bit about my whole process with this piece, I started out with just sort of blobbing shapes and having like a semi-transparent brush, basically just low opacity on the brush, just so it's not like a pure black, it's more like a gray, and you can sort of easily layer shadows and such. So just kind of blobbing down a general shape of just kind of what I was thinking. It wasn't exactly like free arting, quote unquote, where you're like kind of like free writing where you're drawing without thinking. This one I had a little bit of an idea already, and I just kind of wanted to get the shape down as sort of like a makeshift thumbnail sort of thing. And then I went and lowered the opacity of that layer, and then I sketched over it just some random dude. And then I did line art on top of that, which of course was never fun, as it always is. I hate digital line art. But yeah, so I did that, and then the coloring, I know it's not there yet, but very simple, just a solid base layer of the colors, and then some subtle gradients, just so it's not like 100% flat, and then some just quick cell shading, like not super detailed anything. And I know we're still not there yet, but the background was a picture of a flowery texture that I got off of Pixabay. Hashtag not sponsored, but definitely a great site to go if you're in need of references or other resources, and it's pretty great, so I definitely recommend utilizing them. So it's a pretty simple drawing, went pretty quick, it's relaxing, so that was good. It also worked as a nice reminder that I need to kind of practice more of like heads looking up and down, since I noticed I kind of struggled a bit with like the nose and just having like the facial features. So it's more like he's just sort of looking down, but it's not to like how I wanted it. So I definitely need to do more studies there. But hey, that's the fun thing about art, right? Like the learning, it never ends. There's always something that you could do better. There's always something new. There's always things to discover, and that's why I love it so much. And for the line art, I forgot to mention, I did add a little bit of line weight. I've been trying to experiment more with that, with digital art, and I think it does make a difference. I think I definitely still need to practice more with it. I'm much more comfortable, and it's much more easier to do traditionally than it is for me digitally, so definitely need to work on that as well. I think it would be better had I started with like a smaller brush size and then use like a much larger one. I already kind of started with a large one from the get-go, so the differences are more subtle, and it's just a different look, and I don't know. Something I still need to experiment and play around with, despite the fact that I really hate digital line art. But hopefully it would make me like it more if I practice it more and actually get more used to doing it with my tablet instead of just pen in my hand and piece of paper. But anyway, on to the shading now. What I did was just have a new layer, set it to multiply, and just picked purple, like a grayish purple, and that works for some pretty quick and easy shading, and like you don't really have to think too deeply about colors. But if you would like to think a little bit more deeply about colors, and if you haven't already seen, I have a tutorial that went up earlier this month about different ways you could shade your artwork, and it doesn't involve like layer changing, like multiply, overlay, that sort of thing. It involves just like straight painting. So if you're interested in that, I'll put a link in the description, and I definitely recommend checking it out. And if you're also curious about how I did the freckles, I actually have a tutorial that is about sparkles, but like the technique is essentially the same if you want freckles. So if you'd like to check out that and know how to do super easy freckles, there you go, tutorials all around. But that's it for this one. Pretty simple, but I think it turned out kind of cute. So hopefully you guys liked it. Thanks so much for watching. Definitely go follow me on Twitch to catch my live streams. And yeah, so thanks so much for watching. Bye!